need some calming age.
All right,
I need
everyone. Welcome
some
to another
nerve tonic.
episode of the Shop and Tread Talk podcast. As usual, we've got Frank here with us. Frank, how you doing, buddy?
Doing great today. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. Frank, why
Sure.
don't you introduce our guest here?
Today with us we have the great mechanic of the stars, I think he's called on TikTok, Norm. Norm runs a OK Tire, I think, in St. Albert, Alberta.
Yeah.
So a little distance away from us. So that's about a 45-hour drive for us, probably something like that.
A little bit of a drive.
Maybe a 5-hour flight.
Yeah.
Anyways, Norm, tell us a little bit about yourself and who you are and what you do.
I run the OK Tire St. Albert location. It was a thing when I moved back from the Middle East. I couldn't find a job in the vocation that I was, trained in or whatever. But I'm like, well, I'll go back to my trade because I'm one of those freaks that actually liked what he did. So it was easy. It was nice to go back to go like, well, I couldn't bring myself to go, escalating through my career into this, like, I think my final title, what the hell was it? It was Senior Project Manager, Eastern Hemisphere for Weatherford Drilling International.
Jeez, put that on a business card.
And then it goes on, in charge of new builds and major refurbishments. And so it's
God.
oh my God, it went on forever and ever.
Holy cow.
So, but I'm like, after that, so then they had an axe team come in about 2015 and say, so what do you do? I'm like, I'm in charge of new builds and major refurbishments. And I was like, we don't want that. So we're gonna scrub you and your whole team. So we all went back to Canada, kind of thing. So it was,
wow.
It was just like the way the oil field was at the time. But I came back and I was trying to, find something in that vocation or that escalation of vocation, let's just say.
Okay.
And then I'm like, nothing was out there. Then, you come back with some savings. And then after about 3 or 4 or 5 months, the savings are going down. I'm like, I got to get like a jobby job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Work
Right,
for a living for a while.
Well, yeah, exactly. And then the thing was, I don't know what it was. I couldn't bring myself to go, I'm not going to leave as Norm the mechanic and then make this huge escalation and then come back as Norm the mechanic.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, I can be Norm the mechanic, but I don't want to do it as for somebody else. I'll do it as for me.
Yeah.
Let's create my own job. I can't find a job, so I'll just create my own job. Right?
There you go.
And I like what I do. Like I said earlier, I'm like one of those freaks that actually likes to fix shit. So it worked out well. So, and I started by myself, and I was working away by myself in my shop, and then I got the shop that I'm in now. And then a friend of mine down the road at a body shop, he came over, and he has a kid. You've seen him in a lot of my posts, Dylan, right?
Yep.
And then I was working with that body shop, and then he comes over. He's like, and I was like sweating. I had like 15 cars. I'm like behind on everything. And he's like, you need a hand, eh? I'm like, yeah, I do. So then that's how Dylan ended up coming over. And so that's kind of where it went
makes
from
a
there.
huge difference having that extra set of hands, man.
Man, just to like, can you just do those tires while I do this thing? And I'll do this and you take the phone. And, it was good. So.
Oh, that's nice. How long have you been doing OK Tire?
Well, my wife and I opened it 2019. So if you could sit down and design a worse time to open a franchise. So we opened our franchise February something 2019. And then I think it was February 2 weeks later than something, the world shut down from
That
COVID.
was 2020.
Yeah, right. So
March 2020 is when COVID
shut everything down.
It was March of 2020 is when we opened our shop.
Right. Yeah. I remember you and I talking about that before. Yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah. You think that's crazy? March 2020, we closed on the property for the shop that we're in now.
It's all meant to be. Look at that.
And then the only thing that I spin that as is, like, I always strive to find something positive. I said, well, if you look at our economics, we've only gone up from there.
Yep.
Like you can't
Can't go further
like
down. Yep.
you can't go further down than that. Like there was
That's
like
right.
her and I sit in this shop, like I couldn't clean my floor better. It was basically surgically clean in the shop. Like
Yeah.
I'm nah, 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 you
Well,
know.
you started rock bottom, so you can't hit rock bottom. You're already there.
Right. You're already there. You're already there. So
Already
everything
there.
was like so and you're trying to get a loan. I'm like, wow, you guys have like astronomical projections on, you know, if you keep trending like this, I'm like, oh no, we're not gonna keep trending.
Yeah, that's a very weird time to be getting into business.
Phew, man, it was just like
And the stress, I'm sure it was
well,
crazy.
yeah, because I had my own thing and I was like Glacier Industrial Services. I was like, I'll stay in the heavy duty side. I did like medium truck, heavy truck, stuff like that. But people kept bringing me their cars, and I'm like, I don't want your cars. I don't want to work on your cars. I don't want to do your tires. And there was like batting flies away. And then after a minute or two, I'm like, why am I shooing this away? People
Yeah,
want to bring me this
money.
stuff. Like, why am I? So it shifted dramatically from what Norm the mechanic likes to work on to what Norm the business owner makes the most money
Yeah,
on. Right.
yeah.
You know.
What Norm the mechanic has to work on as
Right.
a business
Right.
owner.
Oh, I'd rather
Stay
crap my
viable.
pants. I'd rather crap my pants than do tires all day, but it's profitable, you know. It's
Yeah,
nice. It's easy. It's low risk, it's high turnover, it's you know, it's high margin. You're like, oh, okay.
yeah. Like I don't know if Frank told you this. So that's my main business is tires, and we've kind of transitioned like a lot into like mechanical repairs. But for the longest time, like tires all day long, and I mean, there's good money in it. And again, I'm sure you guys do alignments and everything. So tires bring alignments, bring tie rods and ball joints, and all kinds of suspension stuff. And I
Yeah, it
mean,
all just wraps up in one little circle when you start doing
Well,
one thing and everything else
exactly. And
rolls in.
that's what I kind of realized. I'm like, well, I don't want to do alignments. I don't want to do that. It's boring. It's terrible. But you go, alignments beget repairs
yeah,
and tires. And, you know, everything kind of feeds off the next thing. So you're like, with, and it, without going into that like hard sales mechanic
yeah, yeah,
head, you both, you know, you can go like, you know, I recommend I can't do the alignment because you need ball joints.
yep.
You're like, well, how much is that? And you go, it's this much. And they go, oh, well, that's okay. You know, then everything kind of begets the next thing. And I was shooing that away for a long time because I was like, my background is heavy duty mechanic.
Yeah.
I'm an HT guy, right? So
But you're still a heavy duty mechanic. You're
yeah,
just doing heavy duty automotive repairs.
right,
So you're still
right,
a heavy duty mechanic.
yeah. Well, now I'm like 51 and going, whoa, this is really heavy. And I'm looking at it and it's like a 1 ton Ford going, really, Norm? Is this heavy?
Yeah, I don't want to work on that stuff.
Is it
Absolutely.
really heavy? Like in
Yep.
my 20s, it was like you're picking up. Okay, I'm going to tell you this. This is a very funny story. I was a skinny kid. I'm still skinny. When I was a skinny kid, I'm trying to make my own and doing this stuff. And I did like as a first, second year apprentice, I was like doing clutches all day long, humped up under these big Class 8, you know, Freightliners. I did my apprenticeship at Freightliner, right? So transmission out, doing all the things. I pick up the clutch and put it in and do this. And I did that, I don't know, I'm going to say 100 times just for the
Yep.
sake of the story. And then one day I had a clutch on the ground. I was taking a break. I'm having a smoke in the shop when you used to be able to smoke in the shop.
Yeah.
And I grabbed the instruction manual of this, you know, this clutch. And I'm reading through it because I have nothing to do. I'm taking a 5-minute break. And I'm like, clutch weight, be careful, lift cautiously because it's 186 pounds.
Holy cow.
And I went, I I can't lift 186 pounds. Like in my own brain, I'm like, I can't lift that. And then ever since I read that, I couldn't do like my mentor Keith. He's a really good friend of mine, and he's like, "Don't be a pussy. You lift it up in one piece, and you shove the pilot thing in, and then you hold it, and you put the bolts in, and you tighten it up. That's just what you do because this
Yeah.
is how we do it at the dealership, right?" But after I read that, I couldn't do it in one piece anymore. I had to do it in 2 pieces. Once my brain made this
Comprehended the
like
weight.
it wasn't a matter of like, and that's like a whole huge human psychology discussion at that point.
Now imagine if you never read
Right.
that paper.
I'd still be doing it. My back I'd be like an S, and I'd be like upside down, ruined physically.
Oh man.
Well, the things that we do to our body for the vehicle
Oh
is unreal, right?
man,
Why
that's
do we
crazy.
sacrifice so much of ourselves?
Big time.
Yeah, I
Hugely.
186 pounds. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you read that, so that you don't have to you don't have to do it in one go anymore.
Have to
Well,
kill us.
yeah, but like the guys are like, well, we should have a jack to lift these clutches in place, and all of us went like,
What?
if you are gonna, you know, there's a lot of things I could say that are like
You
very
got to lift the
sophisticated.
clutch up to put it on the jack to begin with.
You
Yeah.
gotta okay. I'm gonna tell you a story. There was okay. So I work with two girls. You know that, right?
Yep.
And there work with two girls, and then they're great, and I'm gonna say organizationally, procedurally, and then like sequentially, they're way better than us. They can
That's
stay
what I
on
keep saying.
focus.
Yeah.
They're way better. I said, other than physically lifting something, that's where I have an advantage. I can do it, and I can physically lift it up because that's what we do, right? But that's just a physiological reality. But other than
Yeah.
that, they're better than me on a lot of levels. And like Gabriella, for example, is a Gen Z, right? But she's keen. She wants to work. She stays engaged. She's always doing something. Like I'm looking around, and like my own son works there, and I'm like, she's working circles around you, dude. Like, step up, man. But like, she wants to do it, and I think that's great. But
It's hard
the
to find, whether it's a woman or a man. Like it's hard to find people that really are feeling like intense and kind of have that knack for wanting to get stuff done. I mean, there's so many techs. Well, maybe not techs, but apprentices out there that you'll give them a job and they'll look at it and be like, seems like a lot of work. And then you got the other guy that you give them something and before you even set your work order down on their table, they're already at it. They're already halfway through the pages,
right.
looking through it, like, okay, this will be this. Okay, let's get it done. And
All
those are
right.
the guys or girls that are extremely hard to find.
Hard to find. And both the girls I have there are like, they want to do this job. I'm like,
Yeah,
I don't know what's gone wrong in your brain to make you want to do this, but okay, cool. Let's get after it, and let's do a thing. And I, I'm gonna have an aside here and go. What I've noticed, and people have brought it up to me, they said Gen Z are lazy. Gen Z don't know how to do anything. Gen Z don't want to do anything. I'm like, no, no. Let me put it to you this way. I'm going to posit a theory because I've worked with a few of them in my own shop and my own children the same way.
yeah.
I'm like, they're not lazy. Like my son would rather shit his pants than work in my shop because he's a comedian. He wants to be an actor or whatever. But like he understands that girls are expensive, cars are expensive. He needs a job, so like, cool to work with that and do all that stuff, right?
And I mean, if
So
he's shitting his pants, I mean that gets expensive as well.
and that dry cleaning is
Hey, I mean,
expensive,
dry cleaning, yeah.
So, but I'll give him a task, and this is where this comes. This whole Gen Z thing, they're not lazy, and the people think they're lazy. They don't know how to work. Coming from like a Gen Zer, Frank, you understand that,
Yeah.
right? But they're not lazy. If I give him a task, here's your task: go do these tires, do a seasonal swap over on this car. Uh, Rubber off rim, the whole shebang, set the TPMS, do the thing, and he does it. And he has no problem doing it. But where the rub is, they have no problem sitting after,
100%. And if
right?
you don't keep them engaged and you don't give them another task to do, they can't figure that out.
He
Like
sits
they'll
down.
just
I'm like, "What are you doing?" He goes, "Well, I'm done my job." I'm like,
do my job.
Get the next
pick up
job.
a broom, get a thing. Like I
Yep.
would panic as an apprentice. I don't know if you
Yeah.
guys were the same way.
Oh,
I'd
if I
panic
was
if I was out. Oh my god! Like that, someone's gonna fire me. I'm like sweeping. I'm just like walking fast across the,
oh,
even if I
dude,
had nothing to do.
thing.
Well,
Yep.
the worst is they
Walk from
finish one job and then there's a bunch of jobs that are waiting, and then they're not grabbing another ticket or
Right.
at least ask, hey,
What can
what's
I
coming in
do? What
next?
should I be doing? Yeah.
What do you need me to do? What do you need me to
Yeah.
do?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly. And that's
they'll
it.
just stand there and wait for you to get instruct them. My
Yeah.
my I've had apprentice like that too. They just stand there, and I'm like, what are you waiting for? Well, I'm waiting for a job. Well, did you go ask if there was another job? Well, no. It's like, well, that's the that's what you got to
Yeah.
do. Once you're done your job and you cleaned up and you swept the floor and you did whatever, your first point, march into the office, say, what's next for me?
And
Some
you know
people get
what?
that, other people
I
don't.
give credit, and this is what I said. This is kind of circles back to like the two girls and Gabriella as a Gen Z. She's younger than Charlie. She's younger than me, obviously, and
Yeah,
she's younger than Charlie. She's the youngest in the shop, but she'll like, "What's going on?" I'm like, just give me a minute, give me half an hour. I got to get some paperwork done. And I look out, and she's like cleaning the benches, and she's sweeping, and she's like
yeah,
staying busy. I'm like, I will encourage that.
all day
I
long.
have all the time for you all day long because,
Yep.
Instead of standing there and being like, "Hey, what are you doing, Norm? Hey, you know what? When are you done your paperwork?"
right,
Yeah,
right,
no,
right, right.
Or even like taking initiative. Hey, I know we're waiting for those parts at this place here, and we're trying to get them an hour ago. Do you want me to just take the company car, or I can just run down there and grab them really quick so we can actually get started on that job that we've been trying to
Yeah,
get to, but we're
yeah.
waiting for the parts. Like, even having something like that, I mean, that's a game changer.
And yeah, exactly. So then, as the business owner, you're looking at going, is it economically viable to send her to go get it? And she'll be back in 28 minutes, and then she can start on this thing, or wait because they won't be back till this
Because
time.
we've already been waiting an hour and 45 minutes for the
Right,
parts, and they're like, yeah, they're on their way. They're on the way. And you know that they're not. It's
they're not.
in a
They're
Burger King
like,
parking lot right now. It's like,
yeah.
yeah,
Well, then the question is, do you have them figure out something to do in the shop for 28 minutes, or go for a drive and be back and kind of at the same time, right?
right. Like you're dead weight right now. Anyway,
yeah.
I know.
right? Like you might as
At
well
that
go.
point, I'm like, pick up a broom, go sweep the floor, go sweep the damn parking lot. If you
But
got nothing else to do,
well, yeah, because they understand. You know what I really like, and I don't know. I'm going to get your guys' opinion on this.
Yeah.
Like Charlie and Gabby both, and Ben, my son, to the same degree. They have that buy-in to like, I don't know how to vocalize it correctly, but
It's
it's
not
like
just a job, like they're invested.
do the best you can do for the business, and
Yep.
they have that buy-in, and I think that's immeasurably awesome. Like
You
they
can't
go,
train that. I mean, that's just the
I'll
feeling.
go. I don't need to get paid. I want to go get this, and I want to get this done because the job
Yep.
needs to get done. It's going to make us look better, right? Like I
Yep.
think that's
I
missing.
dude,
Yeah,
I've got one of those, and it's invaluable. Like it's unreal the difference that
huge.
it makes when they're like. Anise and I were just talking about that while you were trying to figure out your technical issues. But we were just talking about that because he's got an employee that does that too. He's like, hey, if we get this tool, it'll make it better for our shop so that we can do better work. Even
But
though
he's
he's
saying
well,
for us, not for me.
yeah, for
For
us,
us,
yeah,
so for the
as a
shop,
whole,
like
right?
because we're
Or
getting so busy.
or as a business owner like me, when I leave to go do something, or I got to take a personal day, or got to have a moment, or something like that, I know that Charlie, who's more savvy on the like the front end stuff, the service writer stuff,
Yeah.
she's got me.
Yeah.
I don't got to worry about. I'm like, oh my god, what if somebody comes in and they ask a question and she's not going to. She understands my philosophy. She understands my premise, everything about how I've run my business. She envelops.
Yep.
So she's like, "Hey, I was talking to this guy, and I said I'm just gonna let him go, and he's gonna come back later, and then we're gonna do this thing because I didn't charge him because he's gonna come back." I'm like, "Yeah, that's exactly what I would have done." thank you, awesome.
Yeah, good. Well,
That whole
and
buy-in, right?
It's
well,
handy to have.
they should mimic what your model is if
Yeah,
you teach them well enough, right? But you
yeah.
can't. How did this one go? One time you can't. I'd have to think about it. You can't expect them to know what you want of them if you don't tell them first. If you tell them and you've instructed them and you've taught them and then they don't do it, then you got a problem. But
You
if
don't
you
know what
never
you
tell
don't
them,
know,
they
basically.
can't know what you're expecting of them.
You know what's funny is Charlie and I have worked long enough together where she's like, we're both service writers. Like when we're busy, if there's something technical in this shop that I have to handle, like she understands that she can't do that. So we just automatically switch. You're on the phones. I have to do this.
Yep.
Right? And that's nice. So, but there's been a few times where you're like, what the fuck did you say to that guy?
Yeah.
Like, and she's like, well, I don't know what, but 99% of the time she's like, oh, this is what we're going to do. And we're going to reschedule you and we're going to do this. And we're going to move you to here and come in at this time. And Norm will, if you want Norm to do this thing,
Yep.
this is the time you need Norm to do this.
Yep.
So do you not have a full time service writer then, Norm?
No, we are fuck, man. It's crazy.
Really?
And oh, well, today was a prime example. I was panicking because I was trying to get out of there to come to this podcast, but it was like I got to get this brake job done on this 1 ton, and it was like the phone was ringing, and I'm like, every time you walk, every single time, like I'm not using hyperbole to be weird, but every time I walked from the office to the truck, I'm like, okay, what socket do I need? Ring.
Well, stop doing such
Walk.
good work, and then you won't have the phone ring so much.
Well, and that's the thing. You go, I'm okay. I'm gonna say a thing because we're in this podcast and we're gonna say a thing. I look at the phone. I'm like, slap.
Mm-hmm.
And I pick it up. I'm like, hello, OK Tire, Albert. How can I help you?
Yeah. I've been there.
I'm like, I don't want you to phone me because I'm trying to get stuff done. Like
I've been to the point where like I'm in the like we'll be crazy busy, and I'll be helping the guys in the back changing tires, and I'll have all the calls forwarded to my cell phone, and then I've got my AirPod in, and I'll be changing tires. You'll hear the, and I'm like talking to the customer, quoting out a set of tires, and I'm like, sorry, just give me 1 second. Oh, sorry, the bead just popped.
you
And
got
they're like,
you
"Hey,
want
are
to
you?"
scare the people. Don't
Hey,
scare the people with the beat pop.
Yeah, and I'm like, sorry, I'm in the back garage helping my guys out so we can get the customer on their way. And they're like, oh wow, you're like right in there. I'm like, that's what we do. And like, yeah, can you book me in for Monday? I'm like, sure, I can.
you need to get one of those virtual AI
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
systems for
No,
that.
I'm not doing a virtual AI person.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
I want to
you
be the
do.
person talking to the person
Yeah, no.
because I tested out the virtual AI thingy-mabobber because I had called a company to inquire about it, and I knew it was an AI person because they sounded way too friendly, and not like the friendly, but like computer generated
But
friendly. So
it's
I had to
it's
test it,
terrifyingly accurate, though.
but I had to test it because they said, "Oh, well, how can I help you today?" And I'm like, "Oh, I was just inquiring about the," and they're like, "Oh, you want to know more about the?" I'm like, click. That was the end of that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Man, I'm gonna tell you, like we were booking hotel rooms for my son's 21st birthday. We're gonna go somewhere. We're gonna go to Houston. We're gonna watch the Foo Fighters in Nashville. Blah blah blah. So my job is to, like coordinate the rooms. So I phone. This is totally not automotive at all, but I'm gonna tell you this story. So I phoned this hotel. I'm like, this looks like a good hotel. I phone them up and they like, how y'all doing? And it wasn't like, it was like, how are you doing? It was like, how y'all doing? It had that southern flair. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, good to see you. Good to talk to you. I'm trying to work this room, and her, I'm saying her and I talked for an immeasurable amount of time. I'm going to say 10 minutes organizing our hotel rooms before I noticed she was AI.
No way.
Wow.
It was that good. I'm like, oh, you're so funny. You know, I'm like, holy God, that.
Careful, Norm. You start dating an AI soon. Virtual AI.
But the only thing that got me was she's like, let me check on those rooms. Those rooms are available. And it was that fast. I'm like, oh, you're AI.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I've been talking to you for 10 minutes. Now I'm reeling back to like,
The
hey,
funny thing
your
is that
voice is hot.
you
Well, now
ask them in
you
the
can use
beginning
that.
if are you AI, and they'll actually tell you, yes, we are AI
Yeah, yeah.
generated.
But it was so good. Like they were so helpful and so amazing. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I sadly fell for it. Like literally fell for it.
It's improving every day.
Sounds like
Right?
a Will Smith movie.
Oh, iRobot.
Yeah, iRobot. That's the one.
Oh man. So back to it. So you've got what the heck did Gabby do the other day? She had to where you got this like thing that you put on if they mess up or something like this.
Yes.
This chain of shame or whatever you call that.
The
Ooh.
Star of Shame.
The
Yes.
star of shame.
You have
Yeah.
a star of shame if someone messes up.
Yep. The Star of
Oh
Shame.
And
man.
it's usually on social media too, so it's not like it's just within their own little clique. Everyone gets to see it.
I film it like this, like like you do the film, and I'm holding it in my hand up. They're like, no, no, like Star of Shame, Star of Shame for you.
But
What does he
how
do?
bad of a mess up would it have to be to get a star of shame?
Anything, anything, anything. My thing with the Star of Shame is it's fun because it's like social media
Yeah, yeah.
engagement or whatever. But my uh, sister-in-law was doing these things, and she does, and it's like this weird misshapen star, and it says "You're tried." Like it's terrible. I'm like, you get the Star of Shame. They're like, no, I don't want the Star of Shame. I'm like, why don't you want the Star of Shame? Well, because I don't think it was me that did the. I missed that torque, and the customer came back, and now it's costing to you, or whatever the case may be, or whatever. I'm
Yep.
like, I don't want it to be a terrible learning experience, and like because the Star of Shame, as obvious as it is, when
Yeah.
I put it on their head, it's not like me going, because you could go like, what did you learn? And they tell me, right? But you think about it, like you guys obviously have had bosses in your past who were like, what the hell did you do, Frank? Screw
Yep.
you, man.
I luckily never worked for a guy that yelled at me. All the careers, all the jobs I've worked at, never worked for a
Yeah,
guy
I
that
never
yelled
had
at me.
anyone
Oh,
yell at me while I was working.
okay. Well, thank you for making my point
I
not
had one I
pointed.
had one I used to work for Sprint out in the States, a cell
Mm.
phone store, and I had a manager start kind of getting mouthy, and I actually told him, I was like, you're gonna want to watch your tone before I leave. He's like, what do you mean? I was like, yeah, so you see that paper up there where I sold the most contracts last month? Yeah. He's like, yeah. If you don't lower your tone, that's gonna be gone.
Mm.
And he straightened up real nice after that.
Yeah.
Well, and that's it, and that's what, like, when you're dealing with apprentices or dealing with like
Oh
people who don't, they didn't mean to fuck up, right? Yeah.
No, and I've had some texts like I remember telling you, Frank, one of my guys with an Audi hub ended up snapping a stud or something in there, and he was freaking out. He's like, "Okay, what are we gonna do now?" I'm like, "Well, I'll find another spindle and we'll figure it out." He's like,
Yep.
"I know, but I did that." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Yeah,
Well, it happens. Yeah.
and it happens, and we'll figure it out. Don't worry about it. It's stuck on the hoist.
It
The customer is really good, and I've known him for like 10 years. I'm gonna call him
Yeah,
and tell him
it
it's
that
depends
huge
on how
import.
often it happens, right? If it's something like that happens daily,
it's
Yeah,
I
never happened again
eventually it
on
gets to the
something like
point.
that." But
Well, let me tell you this story about my apprenticeship. So the guy that gave me my first job, I just chatted with him last week. He actually came over to get his AC looked at. 90 years old, this guy, still driving, riding motorbike. Anyways, we are chatting a
speedy
bit, and he said
drive.
he said, you know what, Frank, those were the good old days. I only worked for this guy for 6 years, but those he said those were the best. He remembered those being the best years, and I remember within those years I broke a windshield on a customer's car and a hood because we went to go pick it up and boosted it and left the booster pack there and tied it down with a bungee cord and drove
Ooh,
down the highway and the hood came up. I
rookie
broke
move.
the rear window in his Jeep Comanche pickup truck because we were cleaning up brush in the backyard and it had a branch in the back and I backed up against a building and it came right through the back window. It's like I remember these things, all the things that I screwed up and that cost him money.
Yep.
And he remembers how good of a time that we had, and I'm like, but I learned so much from that guy. Like I owe that guy my career. I just
It shows a lot how your employer
yeah
will react to certain situations, like when there is a screw up or something didn't go as planned.
yeah,
It shows a lot how your employer is going to react to it and deal with the situation. If they deal with the situation like a jerk and literally tell you like, what the
I
hell
have
did
to
you
handle
do,
like
like
well I
you
do.
screwed
Yep,
this up, and don't you have any brains, or blah blah blah. I mean, how is that going to make the guy feel? Or if you're like, hey, John, it's okay, man, we'll figure it out. This is
yeah,
what you should have done. It's okay, it happens, but we'll figure it out, we'll learn from it. It's, life goes on, and it is what it is. This is why, if it's bad enough, this is why we have insurance, or this is
yeah.
exactly.
why we've got shop supplies, and add all that up. And sometimes that shop supplies will go to take care of a mess up or a screw up. But at the end of the day, the customer's going to get taken care of. You get to go home. I get to go home. No one got hurt. No one's injured. And,
Hmm.
we go on to the next day.
Yeah, and all that guy, he never yelled at me. Never once raised his voice.
He never
I don't know
yelled
if
at
I ever
you.
seen him
Really?
angry. Huh?
He never yelled at you?
Nope. I'm
Oh,
like the
oh my,
sweetheart.
oh
I
my
I'm
would
I'm
yell
the
God.
at
favorite.
you.
I'm the favorite child, as
That's
my
because you
mother
always
said.
went to work with your hair all done up and so nice. And he's like, this poor pretty boy. How am I going to yell at
Dude,
him?
no. I will dig out pictures. I kid you not. I used to have the worst freaking hair.
You
Now,
probably had so much gel in your hair, it was so shiny that he couldn't even bring a light near you or
no.
something. He's like, yeah, it's not worth losing
I
my eyesight.
I as a teenager I
Wait
had
a
the
minute.
worst hair. I did not have decent hair until I was in my early 30s, I think, mid
Wait,
30s.
wait. So you're saying you have decent hair now?
I know you don't know what hair looks like, Norm, but yes, I
Yeah.
have decent hair.
Is that is that what a decent hair looks like?
Wait,
Oh,
I even got some white in there. This guy.
look at him! Look at him! He's laughing. He's laughing.
No,
Sorry, man. Sorry,
no,
your buddy's laughing at you.
We always laugh at each other.
I don't know why my hair is always made fun of or always commented on, and
No, but I'm actually giving you positive comments. I'm not making fun of
Mm,
it. I
I have
I wish I could wake up and my
positive.
hair look like that.
I have a friend who's like extremely jealous of my hair. Like,
Really?
oh, dude, if he
Is
he's
he?
got he's got like a really nice beard.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
he used to be really manicured, and he's always jealous of my hair. He's also jealous of my TikTok famous because the one day the one
TikTok
day
famous.
we were out for I guess it must have been supper. We were at Halibut House, and we're just having dinner there. And from the other side of the room, a guy gets up and he walks. We were close to the door. He's going out the door. He walks. He stops. He looks. Hey, I know you from TikTok. I'm like, damn, let's go. You should have seen Buddy beside me. He's like, he was fuming mad because he didn't get acknowledged. I'm like, yes.
Did,
It
did,
was
he,
so good.
did he at least tell you what you were doing wrong in your video?
No, I don't do anything wrong with my videos. But I got it again today.
Wait a minute.
I went to the doctor's office. I was sitting there in the waiting room, waiting. I was almost falling asleep. A guy walks out of the room. He looks over at me. He looks again. Hey, I know you from TikTok. I'm like, let's
That's
go.
hilarious.
So that's pretty cool.
Well,
Anyways,
then, how do you get that? I have 2.6 million videos on my ridiculous video, and I haven't had one person be like, "Hey, you're the guy that had that ridiculous video on TikTok that has useless 2.6 million views."
the only reason you got that is because it was a Tesla.
Oh
And
God,
peop-
okay.
no,
Here we
no,
go.
no, no. People were surprised and impressed that it didn't burst into flames because of all the salt and.
If
and
it was a Chevy Cruze, it would have had like two views, maybe three. Okay, Frank.
I really wanted to make a video of my Cruise getting towed on Sunday because that would have been like epic. But
Yeah, I don't know if you know Norm, but Frank has a fetish with Chevy Cruzes.
I do actually. Yeah,
He stockpiles them.
I've got like 10 in my yard right now.
That's weird. That's a bit weird, Frank.
So the wreckers actually call him for parts.
Ah,
No, because none of them are scrapped. They're not any of them out.
But he fixes them. Like he has really good luck with them.
I have one parts car. Actually, I think I have two parts cars right now, but I never really pull parts off of them.
I was kind of like that with Mazda 3s. I sold so many Proteges and Mazda 3s at one point that I had like 15 or 20 of them for sale. And then when I'd get some that are traded in, we'd keep them and we'd use the parts off it. Like that's how many we were selling. But
holy God! Why? Why
none
were
of them had none
why
of
are
them
there
had
so
oil coolers
many?
in them. This was back when, yeah, they were kind of rusty a little bit.
Mazda's so bad.
Mazda's been like quietly becoming the most reliable brand.
They've been good.
Toyota, like someone goes, "What do you recommend?" I'm like, Toyota, stay in Japan, right? But Mazda's been like quietly doing their thing.
It's
And
Sky
they're like,
Active.
yeah. What we're not doing is we're not blowing up engines like a Kia Hyundai. we're just like over here, like Sky Octave. What does that mean? Nobody knows.
But
It sounds cool.
it sounds fancy like Zoom
It
Zoom.
sounds fancy. Zoom zoom. It's like a Sky Active. Like, what does that mean? Are you dialed into the Voyager feed? So from like 3 billion kilometers away.
Well, then
Sky Active.
there's Honda that's got the Earth Dreams engine.
Oh my God, I love that so much.
I have a customer
Every
that
time
comes in with her
I-
Honda Accord, and I'm like, "How are your Earth Dreams doing?"
how are your Earth Dreams doing? Oh my God. You really want to do that? And you open the hood and you're like, oh, it's my God, it's the Earth Dreams. I love it. I love how you're placing this. And in this lovely, beautiful Lord, who are you? Are you here? Do you see my Earth Dreams car? It's amazing. I love it.
I don't know if I've ever had somebody
love
with
it.
the perfect representation of
I
a
love it.
Mazda engine before.
Yes. Is this
What?
it? Do you see this? It's amazing.
I feel like when she comes in next, I got to get the white gloves out and be like,
Oh my
I
God.
forgot that this is the Earth Dreams
Earth
day.
Dreams car.
So look
Wait.
at this.
Wait.
I don't want to get anything on your
You have,
door
to
handles.
you have to make it like a holy thing. Like, whoa. Earth Dreams? Oh. Hang on.
That's
Hang
crazy.
on.
I just
Like, dude, like the Simba thing.
I'll have to make a video the next time.
we had a Honda Accord in today. Stupid thing, we couldn't find pads for it. Like What the heck?
Really?
Honda Accord. Yeah, the front pads. Apparently, there's like 4 different options of front pads on a Honda Accord 2007. Seven?
Well, that's your mistake right there. Oh seven.
Dude, this thing was immaculate. I kid you
Yeah.
not a spot of rust underneath. Like
You
this was
fucked
one of
up.
those cars where I lifted it up and I'm like, whoever undercoated this, I want to hire them. This thing is like
Man,
beautiful.
I
Oh,
haven't had anything under like a 2013 come in ages.
Yeah, but you live in a city. I live in rural country. People around here
But
can't afford new
I'd
cars.
love to get some of those older ones, right? Like because obviously there's more work and stuff on them, but man, oh
This
seven.
one had an exhaust repair. Came in for a safety exhaust repair, a ball joint, front pads.
That's it.
That's it. That's all it needed. It's like I couldn't believe it. The car was immaculate.
how many
Um,
miles?
I don't even know, 220, something like that. Wasn't even high.
It's not
Yeah, it was
bad.
low mileage. But like I'm telling you, whoever owned it really, really took it, and it had a brand new oil change. Like whoever sold it just changed the oil, and then be like, "Oh, I just changed the oil. I want to sell it now." Like brand new oil in it. So I'm like, "This is perfect."
That's giving me earth dreams. I'll tell you that much.
Oh yeah. I don't, I don't know what the girl paid
Okay,
for when she bought it, but
see,
whatever, she
he
got a good
gets
deal.
it. It feels a little bit dirty when you say Earth Dreams. Just give me Earth Dreams.
Oh my gosh.
Come on, come on. You know what I'm talking about. Like Earth
Oh
Dreams.
God.
Oh, I want to bang a vegetarian over your Honda.
What I'm curious is where do they get the so off topic
Yeah.
of this, but
Okay.
like where does Earth Dreams and then you've got Sky Active and then Blue Tech
Then
Yeah,
zoom
yeah,
zoom.
yeah.
and Zoom Zoom? It's like
No, no, no,
it's like
no.
they
Some
watched an
spooky
episode of
state.
anime or something and they just took some words that were in a scene like Zoom Zoom. Oh, that sounds really good.
Okay. Well,
Make that into a slogan.
Norm, what's your plans? Are you planning on another shop, or are you sticking with one, or do you have more than one?
actually, they came to me with one uh, as an extension, and it was like,
Oh, we can't hear
yeah.
you. We got to go back to the mic. Oop. Oh, don't touch it too much because you'll end up turning it off again.
I'll end up turning it off again.
There you go.
Very good. It works.
It works.
So, no, I don't think I'm gonna do another one because what am I gonna do? Uh,
AI, clone yourself.
no, my thing was
Only in your Earth dreams, Frank.
Earth Dreams. They came to me and they said, "Hey, there's," they said, as OK Tire corporately, they said we have to acknowledge that you're going to have competition within 5 kilometers.
Yeah.
And they said, but we'll give you first refusal. You want this one? I look at them like, oh my god! They put in a tire shop like right next to a daycare and a nail salon and the
Ooh,
thing like those St. Albert things that you do, right? You plop a bunch of business down and then you go, oh,
that sounds awesome.
that doesn't sound awesome.
Yes, you make deals with the nail salon. If they come in and buy a
Fuck
set of
off.
tires, you get your nails done. Who doesn't want a
No,
pedicure and get the nail and their tires at the same time?
no. My thing is like I'm a repair facility. You come into my shop, I'm gonna fix everything but broken hearts. Everything you bring into me, I'll fix it.
Yeah, but then they get their
That one.
therapy at the nail salon after you give them the bill. See, it all goes hand in hand. And then they can pick up their kids from the daycare, right? Because
Okay.
they can't handle
Okay.
their kids right now because you gave them such a large bill. Then they get the bill from the
Now,
nail salon, and then they got to
right,
pay the daycare. It's all hand
right.
in hand. You missed it.
My thing was my wife and I bless her soul, when she was alive, her and I were talking about like 'cause she was a master stylist. She was a master hairstylist. So I'm like, why don't we do? You drive up, you go in, get a blowout, get a color, do the thing, and then because you're here, why don't we change your oil? Oh, that'd be great. Change your oil. Oh my God, you need your brakes. Oh, we should do brakes. Well, I'm getting my blowout in my fucking California. you know, la, 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 la. They're there anyway. My thing, where that came from was like these women will sit at the salon for 3 fucking hours to have beautification process going
Yep.
on.
Yeah,
What can I do to your car in 3 hours? A lot.
A lot.
yeah, yeah.
A
They'll
lot.
sit there for 3 hours and get their hair done and nails done and whatever. But if
Right.
they have to sit in your shop for more than 20 minutes while you're working on your car, whoa, what's taking so long?
What's taking so long? So, and you go, who's gonna argue with that? Like, you need brakes. You want brakes?
Yep.
Like, not like corruptively, but like genuinely. You
No,
need brakes. Go get your nails done. Go get a blowout. We'll fix your brakes.
then you're
Like,
just taking double advantage of them. You're stealing their money for getting the hair done. Then you're stealing their money doing the
not
break.
stealing. No,
Now they feel extra screwed because that
not stealing. Appreciating.
appreciate it.
Yes.
Absolutely developing.
Yeah.
You're suggesting that it's a good idea to have rubber on the tires if you want to be able to go to that daycare 5 kilometers down the road to pick up your kids. Do you love them?
It's amazing what people will take as a priority. Like the priority of
Terrible.
getting your nails done or getting your hair done over getting brakes put on. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
I had a customer
no.
a few weeks ago that needed 4 tires, and they said, it's a little tight right now. Can you just put my spare on? So I popped the trunk, and there's like $800 worth of empties in there. And I'm like, and I asked him, I'm like,
Are you serious?
I mean, yeah, I was like, so I gotta put your tire somewhere because your back seat's filled with Costco. So where would you like me to put your blown out tire? You've got
Yeah.
Jack Daniels, the Cavossier, and the Crown there. Do you want me to just put them on top of them? Because I don't want to put on top of the $160 worth of return you're going to get there. Yeah, I know. I've been
Alright.
meaning to do that for a few weeks. So yeah.
Oh man.
Or you'll get the guy. Can you just put the cheapest thing on my vehicle? It's just my wife driving.
Oh, I hate that. I get so angry when I hear
Do
that.
you have
Why?
kids? Yes. I'm like, do you like them? Yes. I'm like,
You
just
like
put
your
on
children?
something that's
You
decent.
built them.
Why do
Yeah.
you want to put on the $99 special round and black that barely made it, with the pass sticker on the tire? Just put something on good. She only goes, 5 kilometers a day. I'm like,
Who cares?
Mm.
5 kilometers a day, a lot can happen. They always say that the most accidents happen within a kilometer of your house. So
Yeah,
telling
yeah.
you.
there you
I agree
go.
with that. I agree with that. I agree with that.
But being I don't- like you're heavy duty into tires, Norm. I'm sure you've heard every excuse not to put tires on too.
To not put tires on?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they come in and say, "Well, they're not that bad. Could I go another 3 months with it? Could I go
There's
another?"
only there's only 8 wires coming out of it, not 10.
Yeah, like can I go till the end of the summer?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can these make me like my
Can-
whole premise is like maintenance management, right? Like
yeah,
it's all about you come to me and I'll tell you like you don't need to do brakes right now. Like Canadian Tire and all those guys like do it right now. I can't believe you have your kids in this car. It's crazy. You should do
yeah,
this. But like no, you should do your brakes. If it's August, you should do your brakes in September.
yeah.
Right?
Yep.
I'll call you back on that one. But as far as tires go, I'm like, oh my god, like, stop, like what? Well, that seems like a lot. Like, why? Why does that seem like a lot? Well, I don't want to spend that much,
That's the only
Yeah.
reason. Yeah,
right?
it's
That's not
never
a
a reason
reason.
compared to
Expensive
I
to
don't want to
use.
spend that much. I'm
Yeah.
like, do you put your child in this car? Yes.
No,
Oh, okay. Well, but here's where we go. We go decent tires. I'm not going to recommend. Oh, can you have something cheaper? Like, yeah, I can recommend Chinesium tires all day long.
there are
But
some good Chinesium ones out there.
man, but I'm like, if you want something
reliable.
reliable, this the thing, and Chinese implants are fine, but if I'm going to recommend something that's not going to come back to my doorstep in 12,000 kilometers, awesome.
I just
There,
always tell
I'll
we
do
just
that.
tell people these are the ones that we highly recommend because these are the best, and people don't come back and complain about them. This is what I recommend you should put on your vehicle.
yeah.
Or if you don't like this one, we can put this one on.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, that's good. I like that price. Yeah, let's go with that one.
I mean,
If you give them
there's
that
brown and
option,
black, or there's something that's
don't go
got
down here. Forget
a
that shit.
decent name on it.
No, no, we
Well,
stay away from the bottom of the barrel. I just even any parts, tires, suspension, steering suspension parts, any parts. We stay away from that bottom of the barrel, like that cheap white box stuff. That whatever.
yeah.
Oh,
We don't
that's
even we don't even offer it anymore.
What
We
do
don't
like
you
when
even.
it
guys?
comes to
What do you guys?
tires. Like,
Okay, so what do you guys think of bringing parts in?
no,
No.
no, go somewhere else.
It
Yeah, that's
but
it.
no, it kind of depends. But we've pretty much
Yeah,
made.
the only depends is gonna be the underwear that I hand them and be like, here you go. There's no depends. Yeah, no. You bring your,
No,
you don't take your own beef patty to McDonald's and ask for the bun. No, sorry.
I like this. This is brilliant, man. I love this.
but the problem is, and the thing is that that's going to become more of a thing as more online businesses start happening. And I heard,
Amazon.
yeah, because there's American companies that are buying up Canadian parts stores, and they're going to start selling a lot of parts to just the DIYer, and people are either going to be like, bring it in or do it yourself, and they're like, I'm not paying those prices anymore. I'm
Oh, I
not paying
love it.
price whatever.
I
And
love it when they try to put their own brakes on and then they put the pad on backwards. They tow it in. It needs, but the car is not stopping. Oh,
yeah,
I have a solution for you. It's 149 an hour, and then I'll call you back at 4:15
yeah,
Mhm.
when
yeah.
it's ready.
Yep. And then you get to charge what you need to charge to get the job done right, especially if they've already played with
All
it and
right.
screwed it up,
All
right?
right. All right. All right. Here's the next discussion.
No.
Right to repair.
Yeah.
Okay. Come on, go. You guys were very vocal on like don't bring me your parts. As business owners, I totally get that. And I'm
Mhm.
fully absorbent of that. But right
Well,
to
so
repair.
what you're saying is then why are we so fighting the dealer so that we can repair stuff that's still under warranty or get information from the dealer?
Why can't I get information from the dealer? Yeah, exactly.
Because the dealer can't do it themselves and customers can't do it themselves, so they still got to bring it to us.
Oh, wait, whoa. You said can't. They can
They just don't want to give
not
us the
allow
info.
you to do that. So how does that work? How does that work?
And that's why we're losing a lot of text to the dealer because they're scooping up all the text because they have to if they're going to keep the right to repair to themselves and they're not going to give us access to it. Eventually, on the aftermarket, we're only going to be able to do so much. So that's why all the techs are getting uh, bought up by the
Okay.
bought up by the dealerships so
Okay,
that they can do
question.
their work.
Okay, question. Okay, question. Is it better to have like me? I'm gonna pause it from the my point of view. My posit is you need to understand all the attributions of all the other applications of how to do your job, and that makes you a better tech. And the counterpoint to that is, I don't want to know what the other techs know. I want to hang brakes all day long and make 2 hours over 1 hour on flat rate all day long. Is it better to, as a tech, to know something diversified, or is it better to make more money?
I'm
Depends
not a
on where you're
tech,
going
so
to go with your
this is
career.
for Frank. Frank, you can take this one.
Depends on where you're going to go with your career. If you're planning on all you want to do is be an installer, and like you said, you can hang brakes all day long. You can make good money doing it, but
Yeah,
you're not
I
going to hang
agree.
brakes all day long, right? You're gonna need to know how to do the other stuff, because if all you rely on is you're going to be a brake installer, steering, suspension, brakes, tires. If that's all you do and you never learn how to actually repair a car, diagnose a car, something like that,
Hmm.
you're not going to get very far.
Right.
Unless
You're always going
unless
to
Or
be.
we're
wait a minute, wait a minute. Are you going to get far, or are you going to get satiated? Like, I don't want to go further.
Yeah.
Frank, I love you, man. I want to hang brakes all day long. Is it worse as a mechanic? As a mechanic, you three know what I'm talking about. I want to be a better mechanic. I want to be all these things. I want to do all the things. I want to do diagram. But if some guy came to you and said, "I don't want to be a better mechanic, Frank. I just want to make all the money and I want to hang brakes all day long," is that worse or better?
If you have, you know what? I don't know if that's worse or better, but I guarantee you that if I had a guy come and said that's what I want to do, and I had the workflow in to come do that,
Yep.
I'm giving it to you. If that's what you want to do, and especially if you're not working on a flat rate, like if you're working on a flat rate shop, you got to kind of
I
help
think it.
someone else.
I think it means. I think it needs to be a flat rate shop to make this
Um,
point
no, I see what you mean, but then
cogent.
I don't know. I've never worked in a flat rate shop, so I wouldn't understand how that goes. But
Yeah.
yeah, if you had a guy like that, because then you're going to talk. Well, is it fair in the shop for this one guy? All he does is brakes, and he's making a killing, and this other guy gets the diagnostic, and he gets the recalls and stuff like that, and he's not making. So yeah,
Okay.
you're not
I'm
going to be
gonna.
able to do it.
I'm gonna. Okay. Sorry, man. What do you think?
I think if a shop wants to further themselves and do the diag and have all the knowledge, then I mean, yeah, it would be awesome if we could get all the information that we need from the manufacturers to fix that vehicle.
Yeah.
Now, if there is a shop that just wants to stay on, Highway 401 and not exit 407,
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine. Then you do what you do and you don't deviate and get into stuff that you are not experienced enough to get into. Because sometimes a lot of these shops that get into these, excuse me, these diags that should not be diagging vehicles, period, then
Ken.
don't even think about, well, obviously think about right to repair because I think it's important, but don't think about going and veering off into an area that you should not be in, period. Stay in your lane, fix the cars that you've been doing for all the years, and gain more experience on fixing them even better than you already have. But don't try to be something you're not. If
Yeah.
you are not a diag guy,
Yeah.
okay, you scan your codes and you do what you can. Don't try to get too nitty gritty because you're going to end up screwing up the car because you will not have the right information that you're trying to look for. And you're only depending on Identifix to fix the car, which Identifix is not going to fix all the cars. It's going to give you a great direction and say, hey, 675 people said that you should not fix a Chevy Cruze. I mean, said that you should not do
No
this,
fuck
do
of the
this.
timing change on this one. Yeah, exactly.
But honestly, I'm not a mechanic. I'm a shop owner, but I've been doing this about 20 years, and I for one, never try to step on my tech's toes, but sometimes I will myself tell him that this vehicle that's come in for this particular repair is not really in our realm. It's not
That's
something that we do all the time. So I'm okay with telling the customer that, hey, this is not something we do, but I can either, send it somewhere that I know that can tell us what's going on with it, and then we can fix it. But I don't want to irresponsibly spend your money guessing and trying to fix the car, because that is not ethical. If
exactly.
No,
I take it to,
exactly.
you know, Bob over there that has, a great scan tool and has the guys and has the capacity to say, okay, well, that vehicle, it needs, a O2 sensor, this one, not this one, because of this. And this is the problem. Okay, well, here, Bob, I'm going to pay you for your time because I don't want nothing for free because it doesn't work that way. Unless we have a system and we're bartering, that's another story. But here's your money for your time. I charge Joe over here. This is what happened, and this is what your car needs, and this is what it's going to cost to fix it. And I am confident because I took it somewhere that knows this vehicle, and they said this
Mm.
is the problem. Not, I'm pretty sure.
So you,
That's what we have to do in this industry, is not try to throw parts at the vehicle. If you can't do it, ask Bob that's been doing 6,000 of these, get the correct information if you're not able to procure the correct information. I think a lot of mechanics don't do that and they step out of their lane. Like, we don't do a lot of diag because I know that sometimes it may be a guess. Unless we are 100% sure, we don't get into it. We'll either farm it out or tell them, look, go here, get a diag on it, and bring it back to me and let me know. And we'll be more than happy to look at it for you.
so you always telling me about, like you said earlier, stay in your lane, right? One of the things you always like, hey, I should get an alignment rack, and that's
Yeah.
just at one point I might, but right now it's not in my wheelhouse of things that I can do or want to do. Um,
Space is a big issue too, right? Like, I completely understand that too, Frank.
Yeah, yeah. If I had the room, like I say, if I had the room for an alignment rack, I would do it. But it's definitely not the first thing that I would do. If I needed to build my business a little further right now, it wouldn't be an alignment rack because
I'd probably you need another two posts. Would
yeah,
make sense.
I need another two post for sure is what I need just to get cars in and out. But for me, I'm like, it's not what I can do efficiently and make really good money at. I can do all the other things I can do real quick and then just send the alignment out, right? Same
Yeah.
with same with like programming and stuff like that. We don't do any in-house programming because I'm like, man, the yeah, you could do it all through basically one computer, but you have to have subscriptions to all this other stuff. Like, for what I do with it, why don't I just hire it out? We've got a couple of mobile guys that come around and just do it that way. So you don't have to be everything to everybody. You just have to be able to, like you said, if you can't supply the service, say, hey, I know Joe down the road, he can do that service. Right? I had a guy in today with a 65 Buick Electra. Beautiful, beautiful car. And
Is that a VCR? What is that?
yeah,
Is that a VCR or what is that?
it's a boat, let me tell you. It's a ship. It's a warship. And he's like, it just doesn't always start right all the time. And I don't know, maybe I'll need the carburetor rebuild or something like that. And I said, look, I know a guy I can recommend to you, does amazing work with carburetors. I don't. It's just not what I do. Bev reminded me that on Wednesday when he was there. The guy that got me my first job. He's 90 years old. He said the one time he had given me a job and said, hey, go adjust that carburetor on that Grand Marquis. And I had gone out and I looked and I come back and I had told him, said, you do realize that carburetors were extinct before I was born. And he had looked at me and he's like, oh, I guess it wasn't quite like that. I was a few years older than that. But anyways, like, I never worked on a carburetor, so I'm like, I just don't. I never learned. I never did. So I don't do that. Customer comes in with an old carbureted car. I'm sorry, I don't do that. I'll do all the other work for you, but I will happily recommend this guy for you, and he'll do an amazing job for you.
Yeah.
And I think it's always like that, even with a brand new car, right? New car comes in, somebody comes in, hey, I've got this electric car that's got a noise or whatever, or it's got a warning light on. I'm sorry, I don't work on that. I just got a text before we started the podcast from Melody. She's replacing a battery in a Hummer EV, and I'm like,
Yeah,
good for you, good for her that she's
Yep.
able to do that. But for
it's
me, for us,
crazy. That's
Man,
fucking
I got to
mental.
message her. I want pictures.
Yeah, that's not a win
no,
financially anyway,
yeah, and
and
just to be
that's
just
terrible.
to have the be able to do that, the ability to do that costs so much money, so it's not worth it. So some things just aren't worth it, right? And
Okay.
especially if you're only like you, Norm, if you're only I don't know how many bays you have, but you're just a three or four of you in your shop. There's
Yeah,
only so much that you can do.
but
exactly right.
but you know,
Exactly
Norm,
right.
like I'm sure you can understand. And I don't speak for mechanics. I'm not one, but for the way I look at it is, it's okay for a tech to send out to say I can't do this, or tell the boss like, Unease, let's send this out to Bob over there because he'll know what's wrong with it and then I'll fix it.
Yeah,
But we gotta have the humility to just be like, man, this is not something I do. It's okay
yeah,
for us not to know everything,
exactly. Yeah,
right? We got to be okay with that. There's nothing wrong with it. We can't know everything.
Disagree.
But one and one other thing is, sometimes when we get into these vehicles that we think we can fix, but we have a little
Ugh.
inkling in the back of our mind, we're like, this could be a can of worms, and
Can of worms. Yeah,
I think I'm
exactly.
gonna eat crap on this job, but I
Yeah,
still kind of want to do it. And whenever I get that feeling, I think back. Norm, I'm not sure if you listen to Changing the Industry podcast.
yeah.
No? I think back at Lucas Underwood, and he's got a little saying. He's like, you shouldn't step over dollars to pick up pennies,
yeah,
Yeah.
and that just rings in my head every time I get an inkling of this is just going to be a crapshoot.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you a thing. I'm gonna talk to you directly.
Mhm.
I'm gonna expect Frank to listen and not
Wow, that's a
comment.
lot of work for him.
So as a mechanic, you go, oh man, there would be what you just said is absolutely true. Like we're gonna do things. They're like, oh, tripping over pennies to save $1.
Yeah.
We're not gonna do that. I will I will posit tripping over dollars to save a penny. That thing is a mechanic's shop owner nemesis. It is, because I will go if someone goes, "Is this a thing that you can do?" I'm like, I will invest an annoying amount of hours. I will invest an annoying amount of hours to go like, I need to know this, irrespective of what I can charge this customer. I would just want to know what the fuck is wrong with your fucking car.
But you know what the problem, Norm, is you it's like having that hero mentality, right?
Yeah,
It's like,
and
you
it's
know what?
not good. It's not
I'm
good
the one
business.
that
It's
fixed this
not good.
car and nobody else can fix it, but I fixed that car. I charged the customer 2.5 hours. It
Yeah.
took me 6, but I fixed it. And
I
it's
fucked it. You know what it
it's
is?
horrible for
Watch
business.
this. Watch this. This is how it goes. I fixed it. Not you. Not you. Not you. Me. I fixed it.
yeah.
That's
And
worth
I'm so
something
glad
to
that I
me.
made $250 for the
I,
6 hours I invested into it.
I, I,
But I'm the one that I can beat my chest and
the
tell all
worst,
my
the
3
worst.
friends that I fixed it.
You know
I,
very well that we do this job because we feel proud of what we do, and when we fix it, we
Oh
can go
yeah.
home and be proud of what we
and
did.
you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna lose our ass because of that. I premise the validation of finding something wrong
Hmm.
more than the financial cause. But I also can look at everybody else going like, there's all these people in the background going like, you need to make high turnover, high profit, high things. When I do something, when I look at a thing and I'm like, I spend 47 hours to figure it out, I'll charge that customer. I'm like, I charge you half an hour. Because
Yeah.
you know why? Because I fucking found it. Oh, that's a shit right there.
Yeah.
That's not business good. That's not business good.
No.
That's not
Well,
good.
no,
That's
we got to be
not
careful. We got to be
good.
careful what we sell and the jobs that we do, because if we don't do the right jobs, we're not going to be profitable. We're just going to be wasting time, right? So that's why I say, everyone, if you,
All the other people in my shop make money.
yeah, you got to,
Once
yeah,
the ones
that's
that
why
I can like dig into,
well, you stay in the lane of what you're good at, right? You're good at you guys both. You're good at selling tires. That's what you build your business on. For me, I do safety checks, man. That's what I build my business on. I safety check all day long.
Yeah.
Sometimes like up to 5 a day, right? So if I safety check 5 a day, there's money in every single safety check, whether it's just a safety check and they don't need nothing, or whether it needs like the one today, a ball joint, brakes, and exhaust repair. There's some money right there.
that's
I
So
can't
that's,
even
that's
I
what
can't
we're good
even
at.
do
That's
a
what we do a
safety
lot of.
till for like 2 weeks.
Yeah. So you just got to stay in your lane and do what you do best
Exactly.
and keep it going.
Well, Norm, this has been a lot of fun, man. I think we've been going on over an hour now, but I really appreciate you taking the time to speak with us, and we definitely will have you back on, kind of get an update on your second and third and ninth location, maybe down the line.
Second and ninth location. That's a large jump, man.
Yeah.
Take over your whole area, man, and add a daycare in each one of them too. Why not?
There you go.
Yeah.
But thanks a lot, man. We really
Yep.
appreciate you coming on, and yeah, just hang on tight after we finish. But thank you, and thank you for all listeners. Appreciate it. Please join us on Facebook. Just search for the Shop and Tread Talk podcast. And signing off. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.